to maintain a balance with this. So you have to also ensure that so there can be multiple solutions. Like one solution could be to encrypt the personal information written on any system, and then you could like ensure that the you could forget about the keys, and it could ensure that sensitive information is not accessible anywhere. And then you can have another possibility that which focuses upon the value of the blockchain, so that you can provide some evidence which could not be altered, or the facts which could not be altered by writing the hash of transactions or anything like that. So this way we have to understand the confidentiality and integrity parameter along with blockchain technology. And another like important characteristic is availability. So we have to also understand that availability is very, very important when it comes to any network system. So cyber attacks are also possible in this blockchain. Like we can have DDoS, which is again a very famous attack. It could be it is a very common type of attack as well. And it can also like it will disrupt the internet services as well. And if it can do so with internet services, it can do so with blockchain based platforms as well. So blockchain enabled solutions which are internet enabled, or likewise, so these solutions can also be affected. So we have to work upon these concerns as well, along with all the security attacks we have seen. So we summarize into the different attacks on blockchain as 51% attack, then child DAO attack is there, then we have exchange hacks, and along with that we have some other points of vulnerabilities like social engineering, software flaws, and malware. And with these we have to also take care of all the CIA characteristics to maintain that the platform is secure, immutable, irreverse, and it is performing as per the guidelines or the protocols which have been written using the smart contracts upon these upon this technology. So this was all about blockchain. Let us see the IoT aspects as well. In 2016, IoT is Internet of Things. I'll not be getting into the architectures of IoT because as a CSC background, we know that we have been connected to everything, every other thing. So on October 2016, there was a vulnerability on specific model of security cameras, and nearly 3 lakh IoT video recorders. They started to attack multiple social network websites, and it also brought down Twitter and other high profile platforms for almost 2 hours. So this is what happens with IoT with poor devices. Also remember that not only the video cameras, but anything with an internet connection, from a refrigerator, smart lock, thermostat, light bulbs, vehicles, and even smart toys can pose IoT security challenge as well as risks. As we said, we are connected with each and every object around us which has a sensor or has some smart feature. So with IoT, the security issues can be seen layer wise. Like we have 3 layers: the perception layer, network layer, and application layer in IoT infrastructure. IoT architecture. So attacks or threats could be in the form of active or passive. They could originate from the internal network or the external sources. At perception layer, we have these components like strength of signal, sensor nodes, and the network topology with some inherent nature. So the confidentiality exploit is the major attack or issue which happens at IoT in IoT platforms. It could lead to replay attacks. It could lead to timing attacks, node capture attacks. So here I assume that you are aware of these simple terms or the simple types of attacks. I'll not get into the details. At network layer, we can have denial of service attack. It's very susceptible to man in the middle attack. Communication heterogeneity and compatibility leads to the different types of attacks as well. Like we can have traffic analysis, we can have eavesdropping and passive monitoring as well. At application layer, we can have like for different applications there are different authentication schemes. We can have different users interactions, responsibility, and the amount of data to be revealed. There could be large overhead on applications, and the availability can also be compromised. So these are 3 different layers, and security comes layer wise into these in different forms of attacks on these layers. If we see on some more issues, we have a very famous attack which was named by Mirari botnet attack, and it's highly vulnerable to malware attacks as well. And the challenge was power grids, all the manufacturing plants and transportation. For example, you assume that there is a hacker and he could trigger a cooling and heating system at the same time using the IoT technology. So it can create spike on the power grid, which is already happened in 2016. So the attacker managed to create the spikes, which is a very big scale attack. Hackers can create a nationwide power outage. So this attack has already happened. If you think upon more attacks which can lead, which are related to IoT, so hijacking of IoT devices could be there. It is like it can give rise to ransomware, black hat, hacker world. So every second or third day we get some kind of ransomware email as well, that we have captured your camera, we have captured your mobile device and the camera and the sensors, and we are able to learn, or we are able to know each and every activity you are doing through your phone or your laptop or so. So this is how the hijacking of IoT devices can lead to. Imagine that your vehicle will not start unless you pay a ransom fee for your or your house is locked down with the thermostat set to the maximum. So these are all things, though we have come up, we have we have been into a very long, we are going to be into a very long journey with these technologies. So we have to understand that the technologies, they are going to give us some serious concerns in terms of security, in terms of privacy, in terms of other concerns, and we have to look for some alternatives as well. Data integrity risk of IoT security in healthcare. This is a very, very important research issue which is being studied by many researchers around. The IoT devices can send the collected data to the cloud without any encryption. Sometimes, or most of the time, it may happen. Now, it may result that hacker can gain access and control to the medical IoT device and alter the corrected data. And it has already happened. We can just go through this case study of St. Jude Medical's implantable cardiac, which has given access to hackers, and it has enabled them to alter the pacing or the shocks, and even worse, deplete the battery. So we can see this case study, and we can just see that how the attack has happened using the medical IoT devices, which could send false signals, which can also make the practitioners to take action that can damage health of their patients as well, and worsen the effect. If we see, there are risk of IoT security in healthcare devices like pacemakers and insulin shots. Another issue is crypto mining with IoT bots. So we have already seen blockchain based issues. Now we can do crypto mining with IoT bots as well, which can attack the infected, which involves the infected botnets aimed at IoT devices, and not to create the damage, but they want to mine the cryptocurrency. So this cryptocurrency, this Bitcoin, can be mined on the Bitcoin platform using the IoT devices, which are infected botnets. So the open source cryptocurrency Monero is the first one to be mined using this infected IoT device, like we have video cameras or so. So there could be a video camera which has powerful resource to mine cryptocurrency, but if we have a lot of, or a group or army of such video cameras, so we can imagine the scale to which such kind of attack can be performed. IoT botnet miners, they pose a very great threat to crypto market, as well as they have the potential to flood and make the entire market in a disrupt the entire market in a single attack. So there are some countermeasures. These are very simple and we can say very well-known countermeasures in literature. We all know we have authentication measurements where we can have mutual authentication schemes in place between platforms and terminal nodes, which could be based upon hashing and feature extraction. Both can be combined. Like you can avoid collision attack if you combine the hashing as well as the feature extraction, and then there is irreversibility nature of both. ID authentication at the sensor nodes can be done. So one time, one cipher based on request reply mechanism can be applied. You can use dynamic variable cipher using this pre-shared key metrics. Another solution could be trust establishment, like devices in IoT can move physically. So trust should be established between owners to enable the smooth transition of IoT devices. In 13, Wang proposed mutual trust for inter-system security, which uses the key creation and token. Then we can use federated architectures as well, which implies the universal policies and standards. There could be an internal autonomy and heterogeneity in terms of software, in terms of devices, in terms of the protocols. Mm. Harvinder sir, you have started presenting. Can you please stop? Or I'll start presenting again.
Okay, this is by mistake. Maybe you can continue. Our
Okay,
session will
that's
start.
fine. Just restart sharing.
Yeah. Yeah, Harvinder sir, maybe we can start in 1 or 2 minutes, 5 minutes.
So, resolving the IoT security issues with blockchain technology, we can resolve this using decentralization of IoT. And if we see in context of IoT, the blockchain can be applied to ensure the successful processing of multiple transactions as well, the tracking. So we can have convergence of the summarized nutshell is that we can have convergence of these technologies like blockchain, IoT, and we can use these technologies to create some secure, reliable, and robust system, so that the attacks becomes like impractical, or they would be very very hard for the attackers and intruders, and it will definitely require the uh, a lot of computational power as well. So because blockchain is based on cryptography, it can be integrated into IoT networks as well, which can provide additional privacy as well. And it can also record the transactions orderly, and it can also maintain the history of connected devices if we are using it with IoT as well. And there could be two scenarios which we can use to secure IoT with blockchain. One scenario could be the company can integrate the connected devices to get and transmit the data and then connect it to blockchain. So the technology can provide the ability to smart devices to exchange some messages. However, the second case is that Ethereum smart contracts can be written first, can be implemented by a company, and then it can automate the process. And now we can use IoT in a safer way. So both way we can have the convergence of these technologies. Either we can use the devices first, IoT devices, and then connect them on blockchain. Either we try to create a blockchain based Ethereum smart contract and then try to automate all the processes using the IoT technology. So this is how we can just connect these technologies together. So I just wanted to bring to you the blockchain security concerns and the IoT security concerns, and how these two technologies can be used together to overcome any kind of attack, or like any such possible um, scenarios. Thank you. So I want to announce I have already shared my both PPTs yesterday as well as today. So coordinator will definitely forward you all the PPTs. So we'll take 1 or 2 minutes. I think there is a session which has to be started. So I'll take 1 or 2 questions. If I could just, I'll check the chat box if I have some questions there. So there is a question that how we can ensure some security to IoT gateways. I think so. How you can secure the IoT gateways, any communication which takes place through any IoT gateway. So cryptography is the essential component, right? Encryption, or the encryption basically. So it has to be but implemented in a very very effective way. Like there has to be have end-to-end encryption, or there has to have some application layer encryption, which can be one strategy, so that you can prevent the gateway to get into weak link into the security chain. So there are different implementation options which you can use other than end-to-end application layer encryption. So you can use these strategies which can definitely going to prevent or secure the IoT gateway as well. Because again, IoT gateways, I should say, this is of very, very prime importance, and it has a lot of data collection in the connected systems, and through these gateways, all the data communication takes place and all. So you can see other like many such solutions. So there are sufficient security measures in literature you can go through and you can look for, and you can work against the malicious threats if you because the major attack on IoT gateway could be the spoofing as well as man in the middle attack. So you should always be ready to take these two attacks into consideration and try to like come up with this. So I should not say specifically any security protocol. As I said, there could be end-to-end encryption, application layer encryption. So this can be used for IoT gateways. So thank you, Amandeep. Start with your session.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
You can stop recording for the session, and you can like again record the session when it will start.